Capture full grown.
The government open for business again. Phones are ringing, inboxes are full, and every BD and Capture Pro is asking the same question. What now? Today, I'm joined by Chelsea Roberts, host of the popular podcast GovCon Unscripted and CEO of Collaborative Compositions, a leader who helps federal contractors hit the ground running after disruptions like this. So let's jump right into it. Chelsea, for companies that went quiet during the shutdown, what's the right way to re-engage contracting officers and partners without, sounding desperate?
Re-engage with empathy. Remember, everybody's human. Everybody's got a position that they're being put in now because they've got a lot of money to spend. They've got a lot of opportunities to run, and undoubtedly their inboxes are overloaded. So it is a point in which you need to take the opportunity to be a human first and a customer or a buyer second. Engage with empathy.
How do you quickly reboot capture efforts that are stalled? Because they were. And what should teams check first in their pipeline or on sam.gov?
Yeah, absolutely. So pipeline hygiene is more important than ever. You want to make sure that anything that was planned to come out during the shutdown, you're checking those first to see if there's been any movement or if those are kind of still in that stalled category. Anything that was planned to come out sort of immediately after the shutdown or maybe even after the first of the year, it can typically wait a little bit longer. But anything that you were expecting during the shutdown, make sure that you're getting on sam.gov and making sure that you're aware if there's been any movement on.
That's a perfect example of the deadlines and shifty timelines. Other than sam.gov, are there other places that you think BD or capture leaders should make sure they go to so they don't miss any sudden updates or any new amendments?
Well, you're going to want to hit your networking events. First and foremost, everybody knows that there was basically no government attendance at any of the conferences during the shutdown. That's going to change immediately. And all of the government people that I've been speaking with, at least, are going to events that are coming up, like ITSEC, which is the Inter-Service Industry Simulation Education Conference. There's Alamo ACE. There's a lot of other conferences, opportunities that are going to be coming up that industry and government will be flooding together. So make sure that you're getting to your networking events, you're participating in your industry groups, and you're making sure that you're an active contributor to those conversations.
I love how you are connecting the human part to BD and capture. It's not just empathy, but it's getting your face out there. It's getting back out there, gripping hands and saying hi and having those conversations. I think that's something that was missed for a while. So I love that.
Yep.
What's the best move for a small or veteran-owned business to get noticed fast today?
Put your value forward. Oftentimes, even industry legends and those folks that have been around for a really long time are first to say, oh, well, we are a so-and-so set aside. We are a woman-owned, we're a veteran-owned, we're a small business. And ultimately, you are not going to be able to lean on that anymore in this administration at all. So you need to refine your value statements, make sure your value proposition is very clear, and make sure that you can give a 2-sentence elevator pitch to anybody who asks for it that doesn't start out with, this is what our company is designated as. Anything that you can bring to the table that adds more value is going to get noticed a whole lot faster.
So with 2026 coming up, how do you think contractors should prioritize, go after new bids, or secure relationships?
And prioritize is the key word there. Here's the facts. You need to prioritize what you're doing. You need to prioritize your pursuits. You need to prioritize your relationships first, and you need to make sure that you're prioritizing no more than 3 agencies, because if you get spread too thin, you're not going to have anything else to give at the end of the year. 26 is going to take a lot of discipline because there's going to be a whole lot of shiny objects popping up everywhere, and nobody wants to be chasing things that they've got no business chasing because there's no reward at the end of it.
Let me ask you this. If you could give contractors just 3 quick wins for this 2026 season, what would it be?
So 3 quick wins. Make sure that you've got your top agency relationships mapped out. You know who's buying, who has the authority, and who has the requirement. Make sure that you are really, really direct and clear with your teaming partners about what you need from them. You want to make sure that you have a very clear understanding of what value you bring to the table and what value you need them to bring to the table. And make sure that you get your event schedules done at the beginning of the year, so you're not thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to go make this other event, when the reality is that you've put a lot of effort and thought into which events you're planning to attend for a very good reason. And make sure you're not spreading yourself too thin on those either.
Perfect. Short, sharp, actionable. Thanks, Chelsea, for breaking it down. For those watching, remember, this is when relationships and readiness pays off. If your team needs help building strategies, capture playbooks, or BD re-engagement plans, reach out. The arena is open again. Let's get back in the fight.
Yeah, what's the 411? Capture full grown up.